is this week's Tree Mail. Everyone loves RPS. What is RPS exactly? Let's find out. Manu getting their first look at the new Palila tribe. Sam voted out at the last tribal council. And the new Kalama tribe. Amy voted out at the last tribal council. Alright tribes, I've got a surprise. Everybody drop your buffs. We are switching from 3 tribes to 2. Kalama is no more. You are either Palila or Manu. Everybody pick a random covered buff and let's find out who your new tribes are. Alrighty, tribes have been chosen. The new Manu tribe is Allison, Ashlyn, Carrie, Corson, Katie, and Sarah. And that makes the new Palila tribe consist of Emily, Jill, Kim, Megan, Melissa, and Nikki. 2 at a time, a member from each tribe will face off in a match of rock, paper, scissors. They will start the match in the center of the playing area. The person who wins each round pushes their opponent back 1 space. The first person to push their opponent all the way to the end of their side of the field will win the round for their tribe. First to win 4 out of 7 rounds wins tribal immunity. Alright, so first matchup is Emily versus Allison. So basically the way that this challenge worked was we had our players send me or Carl their answers separately on Messenger so that we could see what their answers would be in the game of rock, paper, scissors. Once we had their answers locked in, we would have them say it again, as you see Carl saying there, on the game, saying what their answers are so that everybody else can see them, but also it keeps it from cheating just in case there was a timing issue with someone's response, if they were to do it live. So that is what you are seeing. As you can see here, Emily is towards the end of her side of the game. Allison's kind of pushing her towards that end. Emily says rock. Allison says scissors, which gives Emily another chance to possibly take this round. Allie says rock. Emily says scissors. Allie's rock crushes Emily's scissors and pushes Emily back to that spot she was in before. Allison says paper, Emily says rock, and pushes Emily off to her side, scoring a point for Manu, making it 1-0 for Manu. Match 2 is Nikki versus Corson. Alright, and Nikki says paper, Corson says paper, starts it off on a tie. Nikki says paper, Corson says rock. Nikki says scissors, Corson says paper. Nikki's currently in the lead. Nikki says rock, Corson says paper. Nikki says scissors, I interrupt the game, Corson says rock. Nikki says scissors, Corson says rock again. And now Corson starts to take back the lead. Corson says paper. Nikki says paper. They stay tied in that spot. Nikki says rock. Corson says rock. Again, they stay in that same spot. Nikki sweating a little bit, feeling kind of tense. Nikki says paper. Corson says paper. 3 times in a row, they say the same thing. Everyone is clearly shocked. Nikki says rock. Corson says paper. Corson defeats Nikki, making the score for Manu 2-0. Match 3 was supposed to be Melissa and Sarah, but my phone did not record properly, so Melissa scored for Palila, which made the score 2-1. Manu was still in the lead by 1 point. And match 4 is Jill versus Katie. I accidentally forgot to press record in the beginning, but Jill had 1 on Katie, that's why we're off to the right a little bit. Katie says scissors, Jill says paper, and Katie evens it back up. Katie paper, Jill scissors. Katie paper, Jill paper, they stay right where they are. Katie says rock, Jill says paper. Jill pushes Katie towards the end, possibly going to tie it up for Palila. Katie says paper, Jill says paper. They stay where they are. Katie stays in this round. Kid comes to watch the match apparently. Katie says scissors, Jill says paper. Katie gives herself a little bit more life. Katie says rock, Jill says scissors. And we are back at the center. Katie says paper, Jill says rock. Now Katie has the upper hand. They tie once more. Katie now turned the tables on Jill, and Jill is on the ropes. Once again, they tie. And Jill pushes Katie once more back. At this point, the match had gone on kind of long. Obviously, it doesn't seem as long with the editing and the sped up footage, but it was about 15 minutes. So we wanted to ask the girls if they wanted to continue or if they wanted to do a best 2 out of 3 to move everyone along, just in case somebody had obligations to after this. I never wanted to feel that I was controlling anybody's, actual real life. But the girls all seemed to still be up for it, so we decided to continue. Also, before they continue again, if you haven't already, please go follow me on Instagram or Twitter at Isaiah the Kid. It's ISIAH the Kid with 2 D's. And also feel free to subscribe as well to this channel. Alright, so Katie says scissors, Jill says paper. Jill's back on the ropes here. And once again, they tie with scissors. Jill is obviously sweating and feeling a little bit nervous here. And Katie says rock, Jill says scissors, and Manu with another point, making the score 3-1 Manu. Manu needs one more point, and they win the game. Match 5 is Kim versus Ashlyn. If Kim wins this, she ties it up. And if Ashlyn wins, Manu wins the entire immunity challenge. Alright, so Ashlyn chose scissors. And Kim chooses paper, giving Ashlyn the first boost here of the match. Kim says paper. Ashlyn says paper. Kim says paper. Ashlyn says rock. Kim pushes them back towards the middle. Kim says rock. Ashlyn says scissors. Call reminds everybody there's stars in the sky. Kim now has the advantage here. Kim says paper. And Ashlyn says rock. Kim, having Ashlyn on the ropes here, completely looking up and up. Ashlyn says rock, Kim says rock. They stay where they are. Ashlyn says rock, Kim says scissors. Ashlyn gets a pushback. Kim says paper, Ashlyn says scissors, and Ashlyn ties it back up in the center. Kim says paper, Ashlyn says scissors. Kim says rock, Ashlyn says rock. They tie it up still in that same spot. Ashton says paper. Kim says rock. Ashlyn now has Kim on the ropes and Palila not looking too hot. Kim says rock. Ashlyn says scissors. Kim still keeping up a fight. Kim says paper. Ashlyn says scissors. Ashlyn pushes her right back. Kim says paper. Ashlyn says paper. Kim says scissors. Ashlyn says rock, meaning that Ashlyn beat Kim and Manu wins immunity, sending Palila to Tribal Council. Let's get to it. I'll count the votes. If anyone has an idol and you would like to use it, speak now. Okay. I'll read the votes. First vote, Melissa. Second vote, Jill. Third vote, Melissa. Fourth vote, Melissa. 3 votes Mel, 1 vote Jill, 2 votes left. Fifth vote, Jill. Sixth vote, and 4th out of Survivor New Horizons, Melissa. Thank you for playing, Melissa. It's time for you to go. The tribe has spoken. As winners of tonight's challenge, the tribe members of Manu were given the task to unanimously vote one person from their tribe that would be given the chance to look for an advantage. Due to the fact that she was not allowed to play in the Rock, Paper, Scissors challenge, the tribe voted for Carrie. Carrie visited the island and decided to visit Tad, but all he had for her were some nice workout videos from 2002.